Hi, this is Rebecca. I'm back with part 2, and we're going to go over the Rider of the Pale Horse. This is the side profile of a face here. This is the forehead, the nose, the chin coming down with the long blonde hair, and he's wearing a red cape. And we're going to go into the eye here. So I'm going to zoom in, and we're going to go over the story that's told in this eye. Let me pause it and get it set up. Okay, so we're at Mount Twoside, and we'll get this over here into the middle of the screen. And as you can see, as we're pulling it up, the face of a girl shows up here. You got one eye here, her little nose, her mouth. She's got like a veil over her face. Let me zoom in a little better. She's got like a veil over her face and her chin here. And she has hair covering one eye, and she's got the long dark hair flowing down. And right above her head is a little child laying down here. There's an eye here, the other eye, the nose area, the mouth, the shape of the face, and it's got scraggly hair and the little body here. And right next to her is this face here of a man, and we'll go over this in detail. You got the nose here and the mouth area here, and he's wearing a helmet. And this is the eye here. And then when you flip it around, it also is another face with the nose, the eye area, the chin area, wearing another type of helmet, but this one's got like a feather dress on it. And then when you flip it this way, you get the eye here and the snout with the jagged teeth of an open mouth, kind of like vomiting out something, and it's also wearing a helmet. So these are multi-dimensional pictures that God has showed me, and I was just sitting around one night playing on Google Earth, and all of a sudden he brought me down a path and just started showing me everything, and this is the outcome of it. But let's get another look at the girl and him side by side. Like I said, she's got her eye here, her nose, her lips, the shape of her face, and long dark hair. And they're connected by this little narrow path here. And then we're going to go over to the really detailed, well, let's start here. You can see the shape of a roof of a house right here with the little like chimney right here. Here's the chimney. But this is the roof of a house and the walls of the house. And there's multiple characters in this house within this body of entities that are right here. So on the we will start here with the male profile. This is a double layer face on this side, and it's a double layer face on this side. So over here you have a nose, the eyebrow, and the beard of a man who has a little scar on his face. And then if you look at it another way, the eyebrow turns into a nose and the scar turns into lips, and you have two shadow eyes here because we each have duality in us, and I think that's what this is trying to show us, is the duality in each of us. And on the other side over here you have an eye with eyelash. You can see the eyelash right there, and then the eye and the little nose and the mouth here of a woman with long blonde hair. And then her double-sided self is right here in the middle, where you have an eye with the eyebrow, the nose, and she has a little tattoo on the side of her face, and she's wearing a unicorn party hat. And right underneath it is written, let me zoom in so you can see it a little better, E with a B, E, C, K, Y. E Becky. And this center entity, this one here, looks a lot like me. And my name is Rebecca, and short for Rebecca is Becky. And I don't know what the significance of this is or what, but maybe it's because I was supposed to find this and show it to you. I'm not really sure. But I do have quite a extensive relationship going on with God and Jesus, and maybe my part is to discover myself tattooed in the ground so I can show you the tattoos in the ground. And I'm also going to show you today that this isn't just a digital farce of some kind, that these entities actually show up on the sides of mountains and in stones. So I'm gonna, at the end of this video, I'm gonna show an image of Jesus on the side of a mountain, and also some images of entities and stones. But I don't know why my name is etched. It's right here. You can see the B, the little E, the C, and the K, Y. And it goes on to make another Y, Y, and Y in Strong's Concordance is 25, and it means love. So maybe it's for, and she has a heart tattooed on the side of her face. Maybe it's for the love of God. I'm not really sure why my face, and this isn't the only time I found my face tattooed in the ground along with Jesus. I'll be going over those images in part 3, and in this one we're going to stick to Mount Two-Side. So now that we got that part of this covered, I want to show you at the top of these entities. Right here is an old man with the eyes here, wearing like a toque with a big beard and mustache here. But if you look at it by covering up the top part, you get another set of eyes. You get an eye here, and the nose and the smiling mouth of a young child. So it's another twofold with the older man, and then put your double vision on and you get the younger boy with like a frilly neck shirt top on. And like I said, I'm not totally positive what all of this is supposed to mean, but it means something in the realm of everything. Now we're gonna go over here to, we'll just work our way into the depths of everything here. Right here is another face that looks like me. There's the eye, and the eye with the nose and the short blonde hair. I used to wear my hair short like this. And the body, the legs here coming down. It morphs into let me get it so it's focused. It morphs into the girl from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Right here is the eye and the nose and the mouth of the girl who eats the purple gum and turns into the purple gum little entity. You can see her chest here and her waistband and her legs coming down and her arms on each side. And right above her head is a little crowned entity. You got an eye here, little nose. You can't really see the mouth very good on this one, but you can see the crown on its head. Now we're going to go into what I call the pineal gland of this collaboration of entities. And it's right here, this whole area right here. We're going to flip the picture upside down and we're going to go into it. And I'm going to show you what Jesus showed me of what he looks like. And here's his, it's a half face, like the light is shining on half of it. You got the eye here, the nose, the cheekbone, the mouth, the chin. You got the little ear here and short hair, possibly shaved off hair for this image. And then right below that image is a robot with two eyes. You got an eye here, little nose, the chin area, the metal head, the little neck here, and the top like robot body of entity. And I think this is what we would consider the dome over us, and the eyes are the sun and the moon. I know this sounds far-fetched and crazy, but this is what's tattooed in the ground. And right below it, in the book of Thomas, it says, when you find the dead carcass, the world is not ready for it. And when you find the dead carcass, you find the truth. And this is the dead carcass. This is a nose. Right here is the side profile of a nose and the chin of like a crown of thorn wearing head. This is the head right here. It's a side profile. This is the arm right here. You can literally see the thumb, and the belly right here, and the body comes down, and the leg is here, and you can see the toes right here. And this is the carcass, and I believe we live on the belly. And I believe this is what our existence is. We have a big outline of a dark angel right here, and the skirt of the angel, and the darkness that we see at night is the darkness of the shadow of Jesus. Jesus is the all. He is everything, and we live within his body. He tells us over and over that he sacrifices himself for us so we can live. And he further says, what better friend is the one who lays down their life for us? Well, that is what is being shown right here. He lays down his life for us, and we're living on him. And there is nothing but God. And we live in a upside down world where our memory was wiped of the reality of the truth, so we could live and experience good and evil. And that's what I thoroughly believe. But let me show you Jesus again so you can see his face again. He told me that's what he looks like. And I also found other images on the ground that I have to go over in my photos, because they've scrubbed his face off of Google Earth on a few of the spots. So I'll be having to go over pictures that I saved in a later video. Maybe I'll do it in the part 3. I can do that and get that part out of the way. But I want to zoom out because remember, it's this image turned upside down, and on the upside down side you have the man on the man's side. This is the nose and the beard wearing the crown of thorns on this side. And then over here is the woman. There's one eye, the other eye's here, the nose and the mouth. And it's also like a warped, melted face down here. And here's another mouth. And this side of the head is blown out. And we're going to flip it back upside down. And we're going to go into the blown out area. This is the blown out area. And we're going to go over here. And we're going to see all kinds of images over here too. Let me get it so it's... there we go. So over here, we have a page boy hair and the eye and the side profile and chin with just the neck piece of an entity that looks like what I think looks like the Sphinx over in Egypt. And right in front of it is a man here. There's an eye, the nose, the mustache and beard with something on his head with long dark hair right in front here. And right in here, this is where it's going to get weird, people. It gets weird, and there's a story being told here. Right here is an eye, and nose of a woman with long hair. And then right here is Donald Trump's face. You can see his hair, his eye, his nose, his mouth, it's like a black and white picture. And that's who it looks like to me. It might look like something else to you, but that's what it looks like to me. And you can even see his business collar and his black jacket for his suit. It's a black and white picture right here of what looks like to me Donald Trump. Whether or not that's what it is another story, but I've also found his face in other places, which we'll be going over in this video. So we'll get to that in a minute. But right here is an alien face. You got one alien eye, the other alien eye, and this is the shape of the alien face right here. And then right next to it, we're going to zoom in so you can see it good. You might be able to even see the images I pointed out a little bit better zoomed in. But you can see his face right here. Right here is an eye, the nose, the lips of a clown type face with the wild red hair. Maybe a little horn on the head popping out there. And then on the other side of the face is you doubled the eye and the snout and the nose of an open mouth dog. So it's a half human, half dog entity, well, clown and dog. And I believe this is probably what we meet when we pass to the other side. And you know, the stories of paying the ferryman and stuff like that. I believe this is probably what we encounter, is this type of entity. Now, here is a big sword. This is a big sword, and on the sword is the cross of a skull and bones for the Skull and Bones Club. And down here, right here, is a hat eyeball, side profile of a little face, and the feet are here, right here, sitting at the handle. This is the handle of the sword. You can see the sword and the handle, and this entity sitting here right at the handle of the sword. And right above this entity here is another eye, an eye, the nose, the mouth, the chin of a Pope hat wearing entity right here. And falling off of this side of the sword is a bunch of bodies falling off a cliff and falling down into the pits of hell. And in the pits of hell is an eye, a nose, a mouth, and a beard and mustache wearing entity right here that has a weird hat on, or a wig. And right here is my face again. But in this one, it's dead. It's like the face that fell down from the top down to the bottom here. But there's an eye here, nose, mouth, the shape of the face. And it's all swaddled in rags. And the tongue is hanging out. And it's got a little arm reaching over here. And this face here of the man with the beard, his body is this whole area here. And her body laying on top of each other like they're asleep. And they're at where the pits of hell are. And I was shown it before, and it's kind of popping out. Let me get it so it shows it a little bit better. It's an H, E, there's a little E, L, L for hell, because that's where we are. We live in hell. We're living in, we pray in Our Father for God to manifest heaven on earth, because earth is the opposite of heaven, so that would make it hell. And that's where we are. We're in hell. Also, right here is a big panda bear. There's an eye, and you can see the white of the face and the darkness of the body. And there's a huge panda bear right here. And right on the in front of the panda is I think a little girl. It could be a little boy, but it's wearing a mask. It's got an eye and an eye. And this is the face with the little top hat on, with the weird little hair. And she's kind of, she has got her head resting on her bent arm. And here's the other arm, and you can see the hand right here. And they're just sitting here on the edge in a pyramid, looking down at the dead carcasses or sleeping giants, whatever you want to call them, down below. And let me find Courtney Love. There's Courtney Love. Right here is an eye, a nose, the mouth, the chin, wearing a Mickey Mouse hat. And don't ask me why all this stuff is like this. This is the way it is. But we're going to go back over to the clown dog, and we're going to flip it upside down. And there's a whole nother face of the a whole nother story. Oh my goodness. So we got the eye, the nose, you can see the nostril, the lips, and the bearded man wearing a crown of thorns. When you look at it from this way, this is the side profile of the man's face. Now the man's face gets morphed into another face here. There's an eye. You can see the eyebrow and the little heart tattoo like the character when it's all blown up into the bigger little heart tattoo on the side of the face. And then the face merges through, and the nose is here and the mouth is open here and the chin, and it merges through the man's face to make a woman's face that looks like mine. And right at the base of the face is a little eye where the heart is, and a little skull here, and the lips of the man turn into also the lips of a little monkey. This is like a little monkey right here. Side profile of a little monkey. And then all of the faces together make another face. There's an eye here, the nose, the mustache, the beard. You can see the ear here of another face of a bearded man. So this is a very complex piece of art that God did in this here. It's actually amazing. And then behind all of this is like a big monkey's face. You got the eye here and the eye here, wearing a helmet. Let me pull it down a little bit. Wearing a helmet that was the sword when it was flipped the other way. And it looks like a big ape, and you got an ear over here. Now we're going to go, this is going to be a little bit longer of a video. Now we're going to go over to just off of the girl's head. Here's the girl with the one eye wearing the veil and her little nose and mouth. We're going to go over here to the party. This is what I call it. And this is where all the characters are. And there's a lot of characters in here. Let me get it zoomed in so you can see it better. Okay. So here we have an eye, the other eye, the nose, and the bunny rabbit ears. This is a bunny's face on a man's body. You can see the chest. There's the chest of a man with the six-pack abs and everything, wearing an apron. And then right next to the man is a little like cartoon looking face. It's got short hair on one side, long hair on the other. You got the eye, the nose, the mouth, wearing like a hippie vest with the hip and the legs coming down. And then over here, I call this one Barack Obama, because that's who it looks like to me, and that's who I was told it is. You got an eye here, the nose, the split fork tongue, the shape of the head, and in his face is multiple faces. You have another entity here with eyeball, nose. You can't quite make out the mouth. Whoop, let me do it back down like that. But it's got dark hair. And then when you flip it this way, there's another entity with the closed eye, the nose, the lips, the shape of the face of a sleeping entity. So in this one face is three faces, and there's also a deadly head wound right here above the eye. And then right under him is what I call the Donald Trump screaming demon. You got the eye here, the other eye, the nose, the mouth is wide open with numbers coming out of his mouth for 2, 5, 2, and 25 means for love. I forgot to look it up what 252 means in Strong's Concordance, but I'm sure it means something that pertains to him. But you can see his hairline here. He's also got a head wound here and his hair there. And then right next to them is a couple of raptors. You got the raptor snout here, the eye, the mouth open with the teeth, and you got another one right next to it. It's 2 raptors. And right here is an eye, and there's a hand over the face. And you can see the shape of the face here and the head. Kind of looks like an alien, and it also looks like Mr. Putin to me. And his face also, if you split it right here, is an eye, a nose, a beard and mustache of a man, like popping out from behind a curtain. And then right next to the raptors, connected to the raptors, is Mr. Billy Goat from hell, Bill Gates. Eyeball, little nose, open mouth, his ear, the dark hair and the hair like he wears it, with his little Izod type of shirt on, with the sweater over his shoulders and his business suit jacket on with the belly. But you can see the shape of the body, and he's got smoke coming out of his mouth. And all this area here is just faces after faces after faces, melted and melded together, just flowing like water all through this whole area. And I call this the pits of hell. There's more faces on here than I could go over in one video. That's how many faces are on here. It's just innumerable faces. But let's get another view of it from a distance so you can get the whole thing in and take that in for a minute. Remember, I call the bunny rabbit here, I call Adam, and I call this little girl here Eve. And they just entered the party with the fallen angels. And that's where we're at. We're at the fallen angels' fallen party. Now, when you zoom this whole thing out like this, the whole show looks like a little doll. Like here's one eye, the other eye's blackened out, and the little mouth. Here's the shape of the face, the hair flowing, and the like skirt of the ballerina kind of dress with the legs coming down, and like a blanket or a shawl laying over it, but it looks like a doll. Now I'm going to pause it for a minute, and I'm going to get my other picture up so I can show you that not only do these images appear on the ground everywhere in the Google Earth, but they also appear in reality. So let me get set up for that. Okay, so this is a picture of the mountain across the street from my house, and right here is Jesus's face. You got an eyeball, the nose area, the open mouth, the shape of the face, and he's wearing like a long, like cowboy hat kind of thing with a black fur coat on. And this image shows up every day, and it pops out like a Polaroid picture to me, but it's right across the street from my house, and there's his face right there, and it's just beautiful. It's absolutely amazing. And I've also caught that same exact image at Zion when I went to Zion, but I didn't capture it on photo. I was filming as I was driving through, but I'm going to be driving through there again real soon, and I'm going to get the image of Jesus, almost identical, down in Zion, this face and the whole pose of the body, but you can see the black fur coat and the face with the hat on, almost like a cowboy hat kind of thing. And then I want to show you, hold on. Okay, this is a stone that I got down at Zion, and right here in this stone is a whole body. You got the eye with the hair and the nose and the mustache and the shape of the face with the long dark hair, flowing down long dark hair. And you got the whole body here with the arm going up like so, and the legs coming down. But this is my favorite stone. I got this at Zion. And then this little stone also has a face in it. You can see the eye and the little nose and the mouth. I found this one in my driveway. And this is what Jesus is talking about when he was talking in the book of Thomas about, if you pick up a rock or a stick, you'll find me there. This is what he's talking about. You'll find faces in everything, in layers and upon layers upon layers. Let me pull it up. And you'll also find it in your scenery. You'll see faces and characters and all kinds of stuff popping out. And you know, he's given me eyes to see what he wants me to see, and I'm hoping that when you're viewing my stuff, you'll further see even more, because he gives everybody their own individual eyes to see, so you'll be able to see other characters. Like I've shown my pictures and stuff to other people, you know, in my regular life, and they see other characters like wolves and dragons and all kinds of stuff that I didn't see until they pointed it out. And it's really neat how it works, but there are multiple images in multiple dimensions on this planet that God allowed me, through his grace and glory, to be able to see, and gave me the ability to work up the courage to come online here and share with you. So I hope in your journey you further get to see what I'm pointing out and beyond. And I hope that you like and share my information with others who might also be interested in this kind of stuff. And I hope and pray that you all are doing good out there, and that you're having a blessed, beautiful day. And I'm going to leave it at this for today, and we'll be doing part 3 in the next few days. And we'll be going over more images. I got lots of images still left on Google Earth to go over, so we'll be doing this for quite a while. Anyways, I hope everybody's doing well out there, and I hope that you learned something today. Take care. Love to you all.